Yo, what's going on? It's your man, Rick the Dawn. Thank you all for watching this video, and also thank you in advance for those who throw a like on the video. All right, I just saw Final Destination Bloodlines. Was it good? I would say it was better than okay. If you're asking me, I'm saying it's between a 7 and a 8.5. I think that's about what you should expect in terms of entertainment. Was it entertaining? It was extremely entertaining. Just about every moment of the film kept your attention. There were a couple dips, there were a couple spots that were a little hard to follow, but overall, it was entertaining. Was it scary? It was not scary. It was more thrilling, more entertaining than scary overall. All right. As far as scariness is concerned, for me, I would give it a 4. There were a couple of jump scares, but other than that, it wasn't that scary to me. Was it funny? Kind of. There was a couple characters that kept a couple chuckles popping off here and there. Where does it rank amongst all the Final Destination movies for me? I would rank it number 3 behind number 2 and the original, number 1. I feel like number 1 is just a high watermark. If it were not for Final Destination 1, we don't get this far. It's kind of like Scream 1. Like, it's really hard to supplant Scream 1 if you're any of the sequels. It's hard to supplant Nightmare on Elm Street if you're any of the sequels. And that's the same case here. So I think the original is number 1. I think, personally, the sequel is number 2. And I would put this one somewhere in number 3. It was great seeing Tony Todd. All right, the original Candyman. This was his final role. Definitely was great seeing him. And I won't say I like, but they did tie in his physical ailment into the film. So that was interesting. I won't say it was, I would say it was interesting and leave it there. Now, you might want to know about the death scenes, or, you know what I'm talking about. The scenes. How were they? They were very creative. Like I said, I think as far as the best story is concerned, that title goes to Final Destination 1. I think as far as the best, death scenes in this movie, that goes to number 2. But I was really, and I should say thoroughly impressed with what this Final Destination tried to do with the scenes. I mean, look, I'll go ahead and start throwing a couple nuggets your way. Some of these death scenes came out of nowhere. So it was just like, yo, what is this? Like, why, how did that happen? And you would think that Final Destination would follow some of the same parameters as other movies, that being not killing off certain people. Yeah, right. This is probably, out of the entire series, one of the more ruthless versions of death, because he didn't spare anybody. I mean, spoiler alert, everybody dies in this movie. So no one makes it. It doesn't matter if they're a top tier character, a protagonist, antagonist, male, female. Even the kids in the movie at some point met their demise. Man, this movie was definitely, yeah, it was brutal. The creativity of the death scenes is something to note. It was very noteworthy. They, in some cases, not all cases, some cases they bordered on the line of just kind of funny looking because of the digital mechanics that they utilized. So I would say that was a little fuzzy. Some of the deaths, all right. As far as the entry scene where the premonition happens, how was that? That's got to be something you're wondering about. I thought it was well executed. The older lady who you see in the trailer, she's young, and her boyfriend wants to take her to this new Skyview monument, and it's like a landmark that's just been built and it's just opening. And he, basically scouts or gets tickets to the opening day. And, we find out later that she's pregnant. We find out that he wants to marry her. So all these good things are happening, but we know that shenanigans is going to happen. We are introduced to this bad little boy, and he is basically stealing money out of the lucky water. When people would toss coins into the little lake or the little water at the mall. He's taking money out, and he takes a penny out. And then, that penny goes on a journey all by itself. Now, I will say, I will never look at a penny the same again. All right. I will say that. They go up to the sky view, and then chaos happens. It's really cool how all the death mechanics in this film kind of play off the other. And man, I thought they executed that part pretty significantly. But long story short, she saves a ton of people's lives. and death in this film goes back and takes everyone out. Um, yeah, I don't want to spoil the movie for you. I do want to be considerate. Now I know there's a strong chance you've already seen it, so I can't spoil it for you. But there's also a strong chance that you probably haven't. So I'll leave it there. I'm not gonna even do a spoiler review. I already told you enough. Everybody is gonna bite the dust. There's not a single person in this film that won't bite the dust. Okay. Um, is there anything else you want to know? Is there anything else scary? Was it worth it? Oh, would I watch it again? Good question. I would definitely watch this again. I'm gonna tell you why. Because when you see it in a movie theater, a movie like this on a Friday, look, everybody's talking, everybody's laughing. I kind of want to watch it a second time to really appreciate it. The same thing happened with Smile 1. It was really cool watching it in the theater, but it was so dynamic. I had to watch it again in the solitude of my space. So yeah, I would watch it again for sure. I would definitely see it again. All right. I hope that was helpful. I hope I didn't spoil it, though I did spoil it. But really, is that a spoiler? I feel like if you are someone who watches or has seen a Final Destination movie, you already know all of them, all the characters in the movie die. I mean, seriously, who survived a Final Destination movie? It has to be maybe one or two, perhaps. But I feel like I'm stretching it. Okay, I don't really know if that happens often. But I will say, at this point, I think it's time to revisit all of them, starting from maybe three. Like one and two are so refined in my mind that I haven't gone long enough without watching them that I need to watch them again. But I kind of forget what happened in three. I know what was it, the roller coaster or something like that. And then what happened in four? Was it like the bridge? Was that the one, or was it the NASCAR one? I think number four was the NASCAR one, and then I think number five was the bridge, right? And yeah, I don't know what happens after that. I don't know if the one I saw tonight was supposedly number six or seven. I don't know. So yeah, thank you for watching. I don't know how to end it.